Good morning. My name is Nathan White, and today we are going to look at the top secret Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project is important to American history because of its realized purpose to build an atomic bomb for the United States, the famous scientists who worked on it, and the lasting impact it has had on warfare and technology in the 20th century.
Hello, my name is Nathan White, and I want to invite you on a journey to explore the Manhattan Project. I am actually standing in front of the American Museum of Science and Energy, located in historic Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which is known as one of the 3 secret cities where the first atomic bomb was developed. This project was so classified that those who worked on it could not tell their families that they were helping to develop the secret plan that would end World War II and plunge America and the world into the atomic age. In this lesson, we will discover that the Manhattan Project is important to American history because of its purpose to create an atomic bomb for the United States, the famous scientists who worked on it, and the lasting impact it has had on warfare and technology in the 20th century.
The purpose of the Manhattan Project was to demonstrate the power of the U.S. by developing the atomic bomb, end World War II, and save American lives. This cartoon was published the day after the United States dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. It represented the United States wielding godlike powers to overcome the Japanese and end World War II in the Pacific. This is an image of the Japanese city of Hiroshima after the United States dropped the first bomb on August 6, 1945. When the Japanese refused to surrender, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki 3 days later. This picture portrays the Japanese city in ruins after the atomic bomb exploded. Another reason for developing the atomic bomb is that the U.S. government wanted to save hundreds of thousands of American lives. This prevented any further Pacific battles between the two foes. By dropping the atomic bomb, thousands of Japanese lives were lost instead of potentially millions more on both sides that might have died in future traditional battles. This image shows U.S. sailors celebrating the long-awaited end of World War II. Now we're going to look at famous scientists who worked on the Manhattan Project. J. Robert Oppenheimer was an American theoretical physicist who was a professor at the University of California, Berkeley. Oppenheimer is known for gathering the best minds in physics to work on creating an atomic bomb. He is also known as the father of the atomic bomb because of his leadership in the project. Edward Teller was a Hungarian-American theoretical physicist who worked on the building of an atomic bomb. He went on to lead the production of the world's first thermonuclear weapon, the hydrogen bomb. This earned him the nickname the father of the hydrogen bomb. His contribution to the Manhattan Project led to the making of future nuclear weapons in the 20th century. Leo Szilard was a Hungarian-American physicist and inventor. He conceived the nuclear chain reaction in 1933, patented the idea of a nuclear fission reactor in 1934, and wrote the letter for Albert Einstein's signature in 1939 that resulted in the Manhattan Project. In essence, he was a key figure in commencing the Manhattan Project. Ernest O. Lawrence was an American nuclear scientist who was the program chief of the Manhattan Project. Lawrence was given domain over research concerning the electromagnetic separation of atoms to be used in the atomic bomb. Lawrence's intellect was an instrumental piece to the success of the Manhattan Project. Why were these scientists important? Oppenheimer helped organize these masterminds to create an atomic bomb for the U.S. Teller's contribution to the Manhattan Project led to makings of future nuclear weapons in the 20th century. Szilard wrote the letter with Einstein's signature to help spark the making of the atomic bomb, and Lawrence's intellect was instrumental to the success of this project. Now we're going to look at lasting impacts of the Manhattan Project. One of the long-term effects of the Manhattan Project is that it was one of the most expensive projects the United States has ever funded. This chart says how much each element of the project cost in millions of dollars. Ultimately, this cost was worth it because it brought an abrupt end to the Second World War. after the atomic bombs were dropped, the lasting health effects cannot be ignored. Many Japanese citizens, mostly children, have suffered leukemia from the impact of the atomic bomb. This continues to be a problem for the citizens of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki areas. The Manhattan Project established the template for secret government programs during and after the Cold War. It pioneered the practices of compartmentalization of information, black budgets, and deception to conceal secret facilities. The Manhattan Project left behind a complex legacy. In the immediate aftermath of World War II, it sparked a nuclear arms race during the Cold War. The Manhattan Project not only jump-started the United States nuclear programs, but it also influenced other countries, such as the Soviet Union, Great Britain, and France.
I am standing in front of the International Friendship Bell here in historic Oak Ridge, Tennessee. As we have analyzed the significance of this historic American venture, I hope you have come to understand that the Manhattan Project is vitally important to American history because of its purpose to build an atomic bomb for the United States, the famous scientists who worked on it, and the lasting impact it has had on warfare and technology in the 20th century. The secrecy surrounding this project has not only shaped the destiny of many American lives, but also of the whole world with the beginning of the nuclear age. American history has certainly been forever changed because of the planning of this project and the dedication of those who worked on it. The ringing of this bell symbolizes how two nations who were once enemies can come together in peace.
These are the sources that I cited to create this project, and thank you for taking the time to view this presentation.